Today we're starting a playthrough of Patron, the city builder that's medieval themed, so we're going to do a sandbox game right here. Give our town a really cool name, of course, choose our banner, and then begin. Now the first decision I have to make is where it is that I actually want to live. There's all these different maps, so I'm going to find one that looks kind of cool. And this one here looks pretty good. I like the fact it's got this little reef where we can do a harbour and stuff like that, and everything else, all the settings are pretty fine. So we're going to start off on this one to see how we get on. All of these other settings I'm just going to keep as default for now, just to get us into the game as it's intended to be played. Now first things first, we do of course have to place our town centre, and I want to find a good spot for that, ideally somewhere near this section right here. This is the reef where we can make our harbour and stuff like that. So I think having a town near here might be a good idea. And I'm deciding that here looks pretty good because it's right in with all these trees. There's also some rocks and stuff nearby too, so that's pretty cool. So we'll just place it down there, hit continue, and yeah, there we go. Everyone's in there. They're a bit hidden right now. But as we take down these resources, of course, they will be shown to us. Now I've paused the game, which I always like to do when I'm starting off. And I think first things first, let's just tell them to like clear all of these resources right here. And they can start on that. And while they're doing that, I'm going to get a bit of a grid pattern laid down here for like the roads and stuff for our town. So if we get down to the roads right here, roads are free to place, which is awesome. And let's just figure out like how close can we get it. So we have to go one further back like that. So I'm just going to come out and make a bit of a grid here. Now with that done, what I did is made kind of a tic-tac-toe board of roads with the town hall right here in the very center of that, as you can see. But I'm just thinking, actually, I'm telling them to clear a little bit too much. Let's just actually cancel clearing of some of this. I just want to clear the area where I'm going to be building, which is going to be just down here, which I'll show you in a second. So let's just get rid of all of that stuff there. They can start clearing all of this stuff in here. And that's where I'm going to build some houses. So we can actually go ahead and like lay these out. We go into the housing section, then this will actually, the trees disappear, which is quite nice. So what I'm going to do for now is put them in here like this. Now the reason I'm going to do it this way is because this is in front of the town hall, and eventually we might want to make that just some very nice decorative sort of area. So I'm going to put houses in here for now, with the assumption that later on we can move them, and then that's going to be where they'll live just in the meantime. So I'm going to go for 6 houses for now. We'll need more than that in the longer term, and let's go ahead and speed this up to like 10 times, then we can watch all this get underway. I'm also going to get them to stop clearing this area here as well. Anything that's here, we don't need that cleared for now. Let's just whatever, get rid of all of that. There we go. And yeah, then we can obviously get all the stuff where they're actually making the house cleared, and that's what we really need cleared, because they're all unhappy because all these housing symbols are coming up because they're just telling me they don't have anywhere to live just yet. Once they get on with that, I'm going to go into production as well, and we want to place a gatherer's hut and also a hunter's hut. So let's find a couple good locations for them. Okay, this is actually an awesome spot right here, 111% efficiency. We can connect up to this road that we've got already, and let's see how close we can get it. Oh wow, it actually goes to 112 if we go closer to the town hall. That's fantastic. Now if I turn it to face this way, we can get up to 114% on this corner. So that's really, really cool, and it's so near the town that we're going to place it down in there. Got quite lucky with that one, that's awesome. On top of that, we want to do a hunting lodge. See, food is going to be the main thing that we're focused on early on into this game. We can get that to 99% there. That looks like it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with 99%. Let's place that down. The fact it's so central as well, that's just awesome. But yeah, we want to focus on food because that's the first thing in this game that we have to really do in order to keep our citizens alive. Food is the main thing. So that's going to be my main focus in the early part of this playthrough. Now, talking of food, let's go up to the research tab right here and get the fisherman's hut researching as well. We're going to build one of those again, just for that extra food. And we got a couple of options. We could place it over here, or we could place it over in here. So we'll have a look at that in a second. For a minute though, we need to assign people in as carriers and hunters and gatherers as well, because these buildings have now been built. So let's do that. And we could also look to upgrade. So I'm going to upgrade the large baskets. I'm going to do that a couple of times. Over at the hunter's hut, we're going to do this as well. Oh, I actually didn't mean to do that one. I clicked on the wrong spot. I meant to do this one. But all these upgrades are good. And yes, I'm spending a lot of money on them, but it will give us a lot of food, which can be very useful. Now, we just unlocked the fisherman's hut. So if we go down to the production buildings, we can have a look for that one. And here it is, but we're going to need 40 coins. So let's play until we have the 40 coins. We're on 27, as you can see in the top left. And as soon as we get up, there we go, 45. I'll pause the game and build one of those. Now, let's see. I think I'll put the fisherman's hut down here. So it's like a good spot for it. So this is going to need to be in the water, so we need to do it somewhere here. So I'll just place that one down like that. Very good. And we'll connect these roads up as well and get those going down to the hut. Quite like the graphics of this game when you zoom right in, actually. The town hall and things got a really nice medieval feel to it. There's all our villagers walking around very, very quickly. We can slow that down to normal time. There they go. Obviously, we had it on 10x. But yeah, all these buildings and things, they look pretty cool, the animations, and it's nice that they've gone to that level of effort with this game. With the fisherman's hut built, we're going to go ahead and add a fisherman in. We'll also add another carrier. We want those maximum at all times, because that'll help with the efficiency of our town. And the sawmill is the next thing we really need to make, so we can start making up the firewood in preparation for winter. So I think we'll place that nice and central. It fits in there really nicely. Another reason I like to do the grid pattern the way I did around this town. And you can see here that every time we're building a building at the moment, they're clearing these trees anyway, which is why I took them off the clearing in the first place, because they can just do that as we go through and clear it in the areas that we need it actually to be cleared. Now that the fisherman's hut is built, I'm also going to connect up these roads. So we want to get these as close as we can to there. So I guess it will be like that. And I'll do the same over on this side too. So we can connect that one up just like that. There we go. So now it just gives them a bit of faster transport to and from the fishing hut. And we can expand our town out this way, and it will still be along those roads and keep the grid pattern to keep things nice and organized. Let's get our sawyer in though. There we go. And we've got 4 workers free at the moment. If I go onto the worker screen at the top here. So we need free workers to do things like gather resources and carry things around and stuff. Even though we have the carriers, they'll still help with that with the resources we chop down. So this one is, let's see, no sawyer in building, but we do have someone who'll be on his way there. We'll just wait for them to show up. There we go. And now we can click on this building, and I will do an upgrade for this nearer the time. We just need a bit more money before we can look at doing that, but it's just good to have that underway because obviously we're going to need it. Now at this stage, I am going to actually tell them to clear some of the resources around here because it's stuff that we are going to need. So let's get some of this stone, some of these trees. And basically we can just leave the game run on its own for a little bit and start stockpiling everything. So all the fishing gear that we've got, all the firewood that we're going to be getting. And what I'll do is I'll just upgrade things over time. So the fishing hut here, let's see, we can do this already. So we'll give that the sturdy nets. Let's do that and do that twice so we can get a lot more fish in. As our population starts to expand as well, we've got 4 workers in here at the moment. I might drop that down to 2 once I get a bit more money, because what we can do is things like the expansion upgrade. So once we get a few more coins, and we can do that and have like an extra hunter, we can have an extra gatherer, an extra fisher person, all that sort of stuff. And obviously that will then increase the resources that we're getting over time. Now this was pretty good. We got a royal intervention where they've sent us 100 firewood. Apparently the king's not happy, but he did that. I mean, we didn't ask him for it, so we're happy enough. We are in August, so I feel like I'm prepared enough for winter. I mean, we'll see. If everybody dies through the winter, then I guess we won't. But also, this video probably wouldn't make it up if I was that bad at the game. So hopefully, if you're seeing this, then things went okay. Now, I've done a load of expansions. You can see we've got 2 free workers, but we've got like 3 fishermen now. We have 2 hunters, just like the one before, and we have 3 gatherers. We only had 2 before. So that's a big expansion in terms of the amount of food that we're going to be producing now. You see in the top left here, my food is at 499, which is great. Now, the food isn't going to spoil. That's the thing. It would just be in storage. So we just as well do this, and it will be used at some point during the game. The next thing I'm going to do, though, is come over to here and do an expansion in here so we can get an extra person in the sawmill. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll just keep 1 free worker. Now, this isn't great, and I actually am being told right now there's not enough workers. But it is very important that we have people in here to get the sawmill production up. And I'm actually going to do this as well to expand the production even more. We obviously got sent some money from the king, so that really helped us. We got sent 250 coins. Without that, we might be struggling a bit more right now. But with that in place, I think we're doing the right thing here to get these resources underway. Now, we need to start building some more houses as well. All of our houses are currently full, and we don't want to get to a stage where new people are coming in and there aren't houses for them. So we want to build a couple more on each side. And then we're getting quite the nice little neighborhood built up here, actually, which is pretty good. We're starting to run low on storage space as well. So I'm going to build one of these things here, a depot. And I mean, we probably just want to put that down here because it's near everything then, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, I think just there is a good spot for it. It's going to get these 2 in and just about get that one. Our stockpile is now full, so let's actually prioritize that one by clicking on it a couple times and get some extra production going on in there. Now, with that done, it's a case of just gathering more resources. We just have 1 person doing... Oh, there's 2 now. We had a new person. That's great. So a couple people doing that. That's good. Oh, okay. So the king has sent some more stuff. That's great. And you can see here now we really are building up a good amount of resources, 1,200 food in storage and 600 firewood. So obviously the goal is to get us through the winter, which as it's November, we're going to be entering pretty soon. And then if we survive through that in year 1, I'd consider that a pretty successful first year through the game. Now, time to up our stone production, I would say. So what we can do is research the quarry. Let's do that until that's been done. It goes pretty quick when you're on 10x speed. You can see here 7 days, that clears pretty quickly. But then we can build a quarry where it will produce the stone, because at the moment we don't have any, which obviously is not good. So let's select this quarry and see where we want to build it. Where can we get some efficiency? So unfortunately, there's nothing around here. I thought that might have been a good spot, but apparently not. Okay, we can build a quarry up here and get it to 100% efficiency. So I think that's what we're going to need to do. It's a little bit further away from the town, but it's not too bad. What I'm going to do is just get some roads going up this way so I can figure out exactly where I want it to go. So if we build the quarry there, it's at 100%. That's great. We'll just do that. And let's extend the road across the front of it just like that. And then obviously we can expand this in the future. What I'm also going to need to do up here is build another depot up here because this is so far away. What I'd like to do though is see what I can do with research. Let's do the research of the mine, because maybe we can get some other mines up here too. Now, we've only got 2 workers free at the moment, so we won't be able to do too much with this, but I just want to see where the mines are going to go, because if they're expanding off this way, then I'll build the depot this way. But if the coal and iron mines need to be placed over here, then we want the depot to be more over this way. So we're just planning that out for the future. So let's take a look. The iron mine efficiency looks like it's going lower this way and higher over to the right. We can get up to 100% if we place it next to the quarry, which is very nice. And the coal mine, I'm assuming, is going to be the same. Yeah, so it goes down to 96 if we miss the road, whereas it can go to 100 all the way along here. So now that we know that, let's go ahead and build a depot just down here, and we'll put it on the corner just like that, as close as we can get it. And there we go, we'll place that one down in there. So that's going to be pretty good once it's done. Obviously, it's just going to take a bit of time. Now, let's go ahead and put one person working in the quarry for now. And what I'll also do is tell them to clear these resources that are here, because this is a lot of stone. So that's going to really sort our stone out. And in this sort of medium to longer term, we're going to have a ton of it and it won't be a problem. You see as well, we're in December right now and we've got over 1,300 food and around 700 firewood. So everything's going pretty well. I think it's a pretty good start so far. Hopefully I haven't jinxed myself. Let's see how we go over the next couple of months. But I think we should make it through this winter. And this is how the quarry looks incidentally. So this is the back of the building and there's our guy. If we speed it up a bit, I think he'll do a bit of mining, or does he just stand there? I thought he did a bit of mining. I guess he just stands there and goes, oh, there we go. Yeah, he does do some mining. So he was on break, I guess, when we looked at him before. And then out the front here, this is the depot, but this is what the quarry looks like from the front there. So the buildings are very nice in this game, I think you'll agree. Just checking in on the fisherman here as well, and there he is still on the deck and actually doing some fishing. Another nice building, as I was talking about before. But yeah, I like these little animations, brings the game to life a bit. And you do have to do, like with any city builder, there's a lot of sort of time spent where you're waiting around just for things to happen. So it's good to have little things like that you can look at, I think. Then it keeps you occupied through that process. Now let's have a look at some more research. I think a toolsmith would be really good. It's 100 coins, but let's do that. We're not going to be able to build the toolsmith just yet. We're just researching it because we only have one free worker, but it's still good to have for later. The other thing we could research is this up here, construction goods, because basically it will give us a policy we can enact where quarries and mines, forester huts, toolsmith, which we're going to build at some point, bricks works, will all be plus 10% once we've got that in. So let's go ahead and do that, because then that 10% bonus is for the rest of the game. So the earlier we do it, the better. And that should really help our stone, which is coming along quite nicely. We were at 33 stone now. We were at 0 just a minute ago. So at least it's actually picking up quite fast. So the research is done for construction goods. Now we just need to click on our town hall and add a decree right here of the construction goods. See, it costs us a bit of money, but it will obviously make us more money than it actually costs us. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then it will speed up those production things. You can always come in and take it off though if you don't feel good about it. So I am actually going to take it off for now just because of the cost of it. I mean, 260 per year. The construction goods plus 10% is great, but at the moment we just have the one quarry. Once I've got all of my mines and things, then it will make it more worth it. But I'm not sure with just one quarry that's actually going to justify that expense each year. So just to be careful, we'll play it a bit slower and we'll do that. Just realized I had the trees turned off there. If you press T, it hides all of the trees. So that's kind of useful to know. But I think for the game, it looks a little better to have them in place for now. But perhaps we'll hide them in the future when we need to. So all we're really waiting on at the moment is new people to join the town, because at the moment we just have that one free worker. So I don't want to put him into the quarry, because then we'll have no one doing all the extra stuff that these people do. The free workers do help out with all different jobs. We have made it through to March, and we are stockpiling more and more food and firewood. So I consider that a very successful year one. Going forwards now, we want to start stockpiling other things like iron and also coal, and a bit more wood. The wood is a little bit low, as are the tools. So these are the things that we want to start building up. Not getting into any luxury goods yet. We're not going to be at that stage for a little while. But if we can start building up that stuff, that will stand us in good stead for the future. All of that, though, is dependent upon getting more people to join us. So in the meantime, let's have a look at research and see if there's anything else we want to do there. We're going to go for this one, the cleared path, where it says increases the herbalist hut's efficiency if near a gatherer's shelter. So that's pretty good. And then it will lead on to other things like tracking prey and ice fishing and stuff like that. We do have a lot of food at the moment, but obviously as our population does expand, which it will over time. Oh, there we go, we're up to 3. You know what, let's add a quarryman in. We've got 2 spare workers. That's great. Yeah, as things start to expand over time, then we will need these extra things done. I'm also going to do some of the smaller ones here. This is only 20 and this one's 60. So we can have parks and hedges and stuff like that. And on that note, I think we should actually build something for the town, which is a well. Now we could also build, let's see here. Yeah, a shrine right here could be built as well. But for now, let's just go ahead and build one of these little wells here and try and get it in the middle of all these houses we've already built. So it looks like I can place it about there. It's going to service all of the houses that are currently built. Plus, if we build some new ones in the future, they'll be sorted too. And talking of building new houses, let's actually place a couple more in over on this side. Just again, so we've got the space when new people do come, which is something obviously that we want. While we're at it, let's give the people a shrine as well and place that somewhere near the well. Looks like it's got a similar sort of area of effect. So let's place that. Oh, maybe just keep it on the same side as the well for now, just down here next to it. and that will help as well. It adds religion to the area, which I think just helps with things like happiness. You see our stone now instantly at 406, so that shot up really quick with that extra quarry person, and we're pretty happy with that. So much so that I'm going to stop the clearing of this right here. We've got stone being produced anyway. What I'd rather spend our time doing is clearing some of the trees. So let's just go for like a load of these trees around here. Let's get all that done by the 2 people that are currently free. And I think it's telling us that it's not enough. They think for the size of town we have, we should have more. So this is why I'm not looking to get anyone. Oh, and as I said, we've gone up to 4. But you don't want to expand too quickly. It's a mistake that I myself have made many times in these sorts of games in the past when you're doing these city games. You want to expand really quickly and try and build all the new buildings and stuff like that. But if you do it too fast, then you find that you just end up, it ends up backfiring a bit later down the track. So what I'm going to do is keep those 4 workers and keep the town coming on nicely as it is, as we build yet another house there. And when we're up to like 6 to 8 new workers, oh, hang on, something happened here. So we have 2 options here. The first one says that our stone trade fee needs to increase by 17%, which is pretty poor. And we lose 5 loyalty on the merchants. We gain extra 10 loyalty with the peasants and laborers, which our town at the moment is entirely peasants, I believe. So, you know, that would be kind of good. I'd rather lose the 5, though, loyalty with the peasants and not have to pay the extra stone trade fee for the future. I just think that's probably a smarter move in the longer run. And we do need to think about the long-term nature of this game. Now, I'd like to build a herbalist hut. So let's go ahead and do that. And hopefully we can get it somewhere around here. So let's see, where would this go? I mean, 80% is not bad. We can probably do a bit better than that. So actually, if we come out to here, it's 100%, but its area of effect is not exactly where our town is. So I think what I'll do for this stage of the game is build it right here, because if I just scroll out, you can see that's going to cover pretty much all of the town. And the herbalist hut is all about keeping people healthy. If we scroll over it right here, you'll see there that it gathers herbs we use on citizens if to stay or get healthy. Basically, if they get unwell, you know, that's something. So I think this is a good idea to have it near to all the houses. It will probably have a better effect that way. And we do have at the moment 4 people. So if we go onto here now, we can have 1 herbalist. We still have 3 people helping out. So I didn't want to drop too low, but I think 3 will be just about okay, even though the game's telling me that it's not at the moment. And we're going to go ahead and do some of the upgrades as well, because we've got a fair bit of money here that we can spend money on. So we're just going to do all of this stuff. Not an expansion, because we don't want anyone extra working there at the moment anyway. But just the stuff that makes them a bit more efficient. Now we need to build another depot, because at the moment we're running low on inventory space. I'm just wondering where's a good place to actually build it. Our production building, you know, we've got this one up here. Let's actually have a look. If I look at this one here, does it tell me how full each one is? So this one here, capacity 5,400 out of 6,000. That's quite full. This one here, oh, okay, so that's overall. Right, okay, so it doesn't tell me individually. In that case, where should I build the new one? I think I'll actually build it up here and place it just opposite this one. So we've got one on each corner just there. We're going to have more mines up here in the future, and it's good to keep those mines efficient because, as you can see, we have 1 coal and 11 iron, so not much of either. Once we have those 2 mines up here, it'd be a good idea to have them basically being able to get to storage very quickly, and that way we can store more things, obviously, which we need to do as we progress, but also get it done a lot faster as we want to like expand buildings, and we'll need those new resources. Now, as I'm researching this tracking prey, it says here about the hunting lodge is more efficient if it's built near a herbalist hut. So this is actually a good idea that we have the herbalist hut near the hunter and gathering huts just down here for that reason. Basically, they're going to do a lot better because of that. As you can see, our overall happiness is currently at 93 as well, so that's fantastic. The areas that we're doing not so good on are things that we can improve over time, of course. But at the moment, to be on that, where it's 92 now, yeah, it's pretty good for this stage of the game. And that's mostly because all their basic needs are being met, which is why I focused on that food and also on the firewood and stuff as well. You see, we got loads of that, and I could at the moment, if I really wanted to, maybe just close down the fisherman's hut and just, you know, get everyone who's currently fishing doing some other things. But I think we should be due some new people to arrive pretty soon. And when they do, that means it's more people to feed, so we'll need the food, although I do probably have more than I need on that front. But once those new people arrive, we can just get them to be doing the mining and stuff. And again, I'm just kind of taking a gradual approach to this rather than trying to do it too quickly and then getting caught out down the track. Okay, so we have another decision to make here. Now, this one's a fairly simple decision as far as I'm concerned. We want the peasants and laborers to have more religion. It will help with like happiness and stuff like that. You can see at the moment their religion's at 93, but our fish stocks, as you can see, guys, are almost 1,800. So to lose 83 fish, I think that's probably the smart move. So we're fortunate in that regard. If anyone needs food from us in a situation like that, it's not really a big deal for us at all. Now, at this stage, we're researching the carpenter's hut. I found a nice progression here where we can then do the gathering hall. And yes, it's a lot of money, but it does have a lot of benefits to it as well. Like you can have more social policies and things like that. Also, you can start doing fields for farming and that sort of thing. But the good thing about it is the other resources, wood and stone, we've got plenty of them. And then if we come right the way through here, you've got a distillery, which again, it's not too bad. We'll need some iron for that. Then it builds up to having a warehouse. And at the moment, we're struggling a bit on storage. You can see here, we're at 8,000 is what we've got, but we're at 6,500 already. So that's going up very, very quickly. So I think that might be like a little progression line that I'm going to look to take as we go through. Okay, guys, finally we've got some new workers. We're up to 5 workers, and that means we can build something new. And we really need to get our iron production going. So let's find the iron mine right here. And it's got 100% efficiency if we build it there. So that's fantastic. Let's build that. Put a bit of road in here as well, just along there. There we go. And let's get that one done. Okay, here it goes. It's being built as we speak. Looks like it's not going to take too long. Obviously, we're on 10 times speed. As soon as it is built, we're going to get 2 of the miners in, back down to only 3 people helping out around the town, but I think that's fine. Also, if we have a look in this building, let's do some extra production stuff here just to increase the, basically increasing the efficiency of it all round. I think, though, we won't do any expansion things now. We'll just look to do these. I've basically spent all my coins doing that, so we might leave that and do some more upgrading later. But I do think it's important to do that because we have absolutely 0 iron, and it is something we're going to need over time, as I say. The next thing then will be to do a coal mine as well once we get the next set of people in, but it's taking a bit of a time to... Oh, and as I'm saying that, something's happened. A convict ship arrives. Okay, so their papers bear the raw seals prove. What should we do with them? So if we take them in, we get 6 new people to our town, and our safety goes down. If we send them away, then we lose a little bit of loyalty. The safety goes up. Now, what's our safety currently at? 87. We could do with the people, but safety down 30 is a lot. You know, I live in Australia. I don't think I'd feel good sending them away because the convicts who were sent to Australia built a really good country. So I think these guys could too. We're going to take them in. We're going to lower that safety. But there's going to be some things that need to be sorted out immediately. And the first protocol is to do their housing. So let's see if we build 1 here and 1 here. I think that's about as big as I want this complex to be. So let's go ahead and just go around the corner like that. And like that with the road, so we know that's sort of where the neighborhood ends. Now there are going to be, let's see here, how many are we going to need? Let's play it so they can start building them. But at the moment there are 12 houses, 10 are occupied, 2 are empty. Okay, so I think once these are built, it might be okay. There shouldn't be a housing shortage. What we can also do though is build up the coal mine, which we wanted to do. So let's see, coal mine right there. Let's build that one, and then we can get a couple people working in there because now we've got 11 people here. Oh, let's add the carrier in there as well. We had only 2 of the 3 carriers we could have had. Definitely want the extra carrier, so that's good. Looks like housing is still a bit of an issue. So just wondering, maybe we start making a neighborhood up here as well. Let's do that. So, oh, and we need coins. So actually, let's not do anything for a second. But I think that's maybe a good idea because if we put too many houses in one area, then they're going to be, they're not going to have all the access to the well and stuff like that as time goes on. So this might be a better way to go. So let's see, we'll put 1 house in this corner just here like this. Rotate around and do the same thing over here. So we're just building a carbon copy of what we built on the other side, basically opposite the town hall. So these are going to be the buildings where hopefully then there'll be enough houses for everybody. And let's see, are all these housing icons gone? Yes, they have. Fantastic. Okay, we've got 11 people here. Let's see, let's add the miners up to 4 there right now. So we've got people doing all of the mining. That's great. But what else could we do here? We've still got 9 workers. Let's find some other things to happen. Actually, a tool makers would be really good, wouldn't it? Let's find that. And if we can afford it, we'll build that. Yeah, toolsmith. Here we go. So we'll build one of those. Now, where should this go? Probably pretty central, right? This is a good idea. So maybe we'll just put you in there. That'd be good. Get a few people working on that, and then I'll see if there's anything else we need at this stage. Actually, I'm going to build a watchtower as well because it ensures safety. So that's a really good idea, given that we just lowered our safety. And maybe we'll put it like, let's see, what's the most bang for my buck here? Like if I go in there, or no, probably here, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so quite central to these houses here. Yeah, I think I'll build it on this street here, just like there, like that. That should be good. And then we'll increase that safety that we just took a bit of a hit on, so it seems like a smart thing to do. To make sure we got the person in at the toolsmith as well. And again, are there upgrades for this? There are, but we can't afford them just yet, so we'll do that over time as we can afford them. We also need to assign a guard in here over at the watchtower. Still have 7 people, so I'm going to have a look at what else we could do. We could insulate the watchtower, interesting, or we can upgrade it later on as well, but we need bricks for that, so we'll look at that later on. Now, I think our wood is a little bit low, so what we're going to look at is one of these, a forester's hut. They'll plant and cut down trees. So where's the most efficient place for this to see? So it looks like over here is going to be sort of the best place for it. What I think I'll do then is let's expand this road out a little bit here. So let's see this road here. And yep, we'll get you going off this way. And we'll do the same with this one. What I might do, actually, this is a good time to actually hide those trees and see where we want to build this thing. If we go back into, see its production buildings, and this one here. Let's have a look. So we can have 103 on that path, or on that path it's the same thing. So we'll just build it on this one, get it as close as we can, and we'll put that down there. That's fine. What we'll also do is look to build a depot in here as well, put that right next to it, closer to the town, so like there we go. Very good. So really making the most of all those new people that came in, and hopefully that'll be the right decision that we got them in. And they're going to now, you know, get us a lot of resources and stuff to expand. So let's put someone into the forester's hut. That's 6 people right now. Also, the depot is just built, so I think that carriers is going to be able to go up to 4 pretty soon. In the forester's hut, let's see. Do we need faster tree growth, or let's do better production? Actually, let's focus all on that for now. Tree growth, I'm not as worried about for a second. Now this depot, that's what we're going to do on the jobs section. Surely that's going to go up to 4. It should go up to 4 soon, I think. We weren't actually running low on storage, but I built the depot just because we've got this forester's hut here, and it saves them having to go all the way back here, and having the extra storage, it's something we will use over time, so there's no real reason not to do that. Now, it took some time, but the carrier did go up, there you can see, and we can have an extra carrier. We've got another housing shortage though, so let's go ahead and build a bit of a housing extension down here. And again, we're just copying what we did on the other side, so I'm going to do like a few down each side, and then we're future-proofed a little bit as well, because now we are getting to a stage. Things are expanding quite quickly, which is really good. It's what we want. Obviously, taking those 6 people in all at one time was a big part of that, but we will get more and more people over time, so it makes sense to just build a few extra houses. Now, one building I'd like to build is under town buildings here. We can build a dock, and it says here, enable trading with the mainland. So that's pretty cool. Nice building to have. We can build it in here like I wanted to do with having that area. So let's see here. We want to build this. I guess like that, and that bit's in the water, right? Let's zoom in here. So I think there's going to be pretty central. Let's build it just like that. And then let's try with a road here and see if I was right about it being central. So if we build that down there, it comes 1 off on this side. And I think it's going to do the same over here. Is that right? Is that 1 off? 1 grid square off? Yeah, perfect. So that's now centered on there. You can have that like that. And then it's kind of like good that we got the opposite ends of the town. So down this way, we've got, hold on, let me turn this grid off. That's what I'm trying to do. We've got the dock over this way and the fisher's hut over this way. And you can see that's how the town's looking. We'll put the trees back on now. But yeah, that's the general feel of it. So the dock has been built. Let's go ahead and add in a dock worker. Still got 6 people free as well, so that's good. And let that figure itself out. Then we can click on this and open up the trade panel, so that's pretty cool. Now, things we can sell here, I mean, we've got so much food, we've got so much firewood. So again, building up a big supply of all this stuff was definitely not a bad idea, because now we can just sell it and buy some other stuff with it if we want to. So let's see, we've got a load of herbs here. I'm going to sell a load of herbs. Is there a way we can just type in how many to sell? If I type in -200, that's what I need to do in order to sell it. So basically, we're getting rid of 200. So we get 360 coins just from that, which is fantastic. We've got 477 leather, so let's do maybe like another -200. Why not, right? Oh, is it only 200 that we're allowed to sell at a time? Looks like. Okay, that's what it is. All right, well, let's hit trade on there, and that's been done. But now if I come back in, go into the leather section again, can I now do like another 200 of this? Yeah, looks like I can. So, oh wait, this isn't, we gotta wait for a trade ship. Right, okay. Well, we still managed to get ourselves a fair few coins doing that, and this could be good for the future. And actually, this now enables us to upgrade to a gathering hall. So let's get that done. It takes 18 days. It's not too long, as you can see here. If we're at 10 times speed, that'll progress pretty quickly. And it's a really good progression to get to in the game to upgrade our town center there to a gathering hall rather than just a town hall. Now, I'm going to get these spare people we've got. We talk about all these spare people we've got here. Let's get them helping out by chopping out a load of trees, because our wood is the one thing that's really low for this stage of the game. So let's do that. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with the way everything's going here. Oh, here we go. Down at the dock, there's this little progress bar that shows us as the trade is happening. So I guess once that's finished, then we can do another trade. Now, our town hall is now a gathering hall. If we click on it, it says gathering hall up here. It just does it automatically, so that's pretty cool. And it will enable you to do certain, I think, of these decrees and things here that you couldn't otherwise do before. So a pretty awesome start to this game. I'm sure you'll agree. If you'd like to see more of these videos, then please do subscribe and let me know. But for now, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.